What it do? What it do? You know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. Most definitely hit and smash that bell icon. That's the notification bell that will alert you all content that I drop to my YouTube channel. Also, make sure you hit the thumbs up, the AKA the like button. YouTube appreciate that. S.L.R Media TV appreciate that. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I need everybody to go to my second YouTube channel, S.L.R Sports News TV. Once again, my second YouTube channel, S.L.R Sports News TV. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment over there. All helps both of my channels grow, get more viewers, more subscribers, more new eyes, and pushes both of my channels further to the YouTube algorithm so my channels can get exposed and get seen by more people. If you like what I do, make sure you hit the Cash App, $ all caps, SRED 40. Donate to both channels. Appreciate everybody who already donates to both channels. Continue to support the channels. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my future subscribers. You see the title, The War in Hip Hop, Diddy, Racketeering, exclusive details. Have the prosecutors proven racketeering? Have they proven enough to convince the jurors that Diddy did racketeering? As I say again, I'm gonna continue to stand on it until I see more evidence of racketeering and Rico. This ain't nothing but a glorified state case that's been pushed to federal. And in my eyes, this ain't nothing but a domestic violence case, domestic abuse case, just been glorified and pushed up into the federal level. They still have not proven Rico. They still have not proven racketeering. Because at the end of the day, these women was with Diddy because of his lifestyle and money. And just being facts about it. If these wasn't no broke women that can make their own decisions, they wouldn't be with Diddy. But these chicks are broke. And when you got broke chicks that want to live a certain type of lifestyle, they are willing to do anything for you so they can be accustomed and have that lifestyle. What woman wouldn't do freak offs if I'm paying your bills? You got damn right you're gonna do whatever I want. If I want you to fuck 10 dudes, you're gonna fuck 10 dudes. That's just how it is. You cannot fault Diddy for his sexual lifestyle. Is he gay? Of course. We know that. But his lifestyle, y'all can't fault him for that. God damn. Get back to my shit. Sorry for the interruption. Will Diddy beat the case? That's what I want to know. Will Diddy beat the case? Right now, in a lot of people's eyes, they look at us as guilty. They think the prosecutor has enough. The prosecutors, what they doing, they doing typical prosecutor thing. They trying to get an early conviction now. So they throwing everything. They're lying. The the people who's going on there testifying against Diddy lying. I mean, it's just all out lies, and honestly, the feds don't give a fuck. They don't care if you already got immunity. They don't care if you lie. If you lie, make it sound good, make it look good, and that's exactly what they're doing. 50 Cent baby mama was with Diddy, was going with Diddy until he got locked up. Now she testifying on the stand because the feds had told her she gonna do some jail time because she was a sex worker and this bitch don't even know her laws or anything. Get the fuck out of here. You that scared. You gonna testify against the man that was paying your fucking bills? That thing. Ain't no other man high class is gonna fuck with you. They gonna look at you as what you is, a cum bucket chick. Yeah, you pretty. Yeah, you may find a dummy, but after this shit, and you done testified against Diddy, it's gonna be hard for dudes want to fuck with that thing. It's gonna be hard. You may have to go back to 50. It's going to be hard because that's crazy. How you going to testify against Diddy? And that shows you what the feds are doing. If the feds is making her testify against Diddy, they're letting you know. And she was with Diddy after they raided his houses in March. She was still with Diddy and she did freak offs with Diddy. And now you want to testify against Diddy. Oh nah, it's done for you. You might just pack your motherfucking bags and move the fuck out the country. Unless you may find a dummy. You may find a dummy that probably take you in, but he gonna have Diddy tendencies. He gonna see if you gonna still do a freak out. You willing to do a twosome, threesome, foursome? You did one with Diddy. Girl, you ruined for life. If I was Diddy and if I get out, don't even look my way, shorty. Don't even look my way. That's crazy. And all these people that testify against Diddy, Diddy was good into their eyes until the feds told them that they're gonna be doing some fucking fed time. You was cool with Diddy when Diddy was paying your bills and you was getting the money, living a lifestyle, flying here and flying there. You was cool with that. But now he's a monster. But you were taking his money. But he's a monster now. Get the fuck out of here. All of them that went on there lied. They're lying. They're lying. They're lying. They're lying. Even Cassie lied. Cassie lied in her lawsuit. That lawsuit should be thrown out. She should be repaying Diddy his money back. And her friend went on the stand and lied, acting like Diddy was a fucking WWE wrestler. He's so strong. He picked me up by my ankles and hang me 14 stories of 14 feet high in the air over apartments. And then when he dangled me, he just lifted me up by my ankles and then just simultaneously just threw me into a balcony furniture. So he dangled you, picked you up like Superman, and then throw you into some balcony furniture. And the only thing you had was a baby bruise on your leg, a boo boo. No broken arms, no broken leg, no twisted ankle, no nothing. Get the fuck out of here. It's like Kid Cudi talking about he was standing over the thing. He was looking like a super villain Marvel character. Get the fuck out of here. All y'all been lying on this fucking man, and it's going to come out. It's going to come out. See, the fans are willing to do anything to get this man, even convince the people to lie to the jurors. Let's get into the content. Let's get into this motherfucking content. It don't piss me off. Let's get into the content. I'm always gonna kick it off and start with this first. The Diddy intro.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry. Hey, I really don't know what's going on with you, but I'll just give you a heads up that I'm about to really disappear on you. You feel me? I'm not gonna be playing these games with you at all. So I don't know if you think you silent treating me and you think I'm gonna be, nah. You'll have a rude awakening. You'll just have silence. And ain't nobody threatening you, and I ain't trying to go back and forth with no woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I ain't got no time for no motherfucking games. Where my life is at right now, I don't have no time for no games, baby girl. Me and you can be mad, I can have a spat, we can have whatever. Then after that, you better get on your job. That's all it is. Cause you got me on my job. Nah, it ain't never gonna work like that over here. You know what I'm saying? I was trying not to leave this message, but you have left me no choice. Hey, so how do you go in the direction of moving on and shit like that? Or you just like have me just keep moving? Ain't no threat, I'm just being clear. I can't do this shit with you every time you get upset.
So, Kid Cudi, we have on record that you and Cassie used to date. Yeah, we used to kick it back in the day.
You sure you know how to do this?
I got you, Cassie.
Hello?
Where you at?
I'm at,
Bitch, I know where you at. You playing with me, bitch? You over there with that Kid Cudi nigga.
No.
What's that sound? Bitch, do I hear piss in your mouth? You drinking pee without me?
He knows.
Go on, bitch, you better get home. The next day, when she called me, I knew something was up.
Don't worry. He said everything's okay. He forgives both of us.
You sure? So why you sound like you got a black eye? Cassie, where you at?
Hold up. I'm coming out.
Nah, bitch, I'm coming in. You know I don't like no locked doors around here. You on the phone? Is that... Has Sean Diddy Combs ever turned that aggression on you? Well, there was this one time. Beautiful day. I love this car. Oh, shit! What the fuck? So he blew up your car. Did you ever report this to the police? Man, I'm a rapper. You know I can't snitch. Damn it, Kid Cudi. Your Honor, we'd like to request a recess. What brings you here today, Cassie?
I can't do it anymore, Bishop.
What can't you do? Well, come on, spill it now.
The freak-offs.
Oh, my God, you talking about the freak-offs. You came here to talk about freak-offs.
He has me doing the freak-offs almost every night.
Them freak-offs have brought many a people together. Me and my wife in particular have come to love the freak-offs. Now, Cassie, you know you'll never find a nail-nutter man to do what Diddy done did for you.
Ooh, don't nobody say that nail-nutter like you, Bishop.
Oh, you like that nail-nutter?
You know I do. Say it one more time, Pastor.
Come here, woman. Come here. Nail-nutter.
Oh, shit. That nail-nutter ring.
Oh, yeah. Now, listen, girl. You go get up on one of them pews like I like you.
That's what you want me? Ooh. I'll be waiting.
I'll be there in a minute. Go on now. Now, Cassie, I'm gonna need you to go on home now, right? Get on that white fingernail polish for tonight, because me and my wife was thinking about stopping by and one of them freak-offs on tonight now, so you better get yourself together.
You're not here to help me.
I am helping you, woman. I'm helping you by not telling Diddy about this here, as we all know what's gonna happen if I tell Diddy. Remember what happened last time, right?
I can't take this anymore.
Cassie, where you going? Cassie, come here. Cassie.
Huh?
Cassie! You forgot your nail polish, girl! Where you going? Cassie? Freak off. Freak off. Freak off.
The last thing I remember was that smile.
So in the court documents you said there were so many drugs it was like candy. Did he also force you to take these drugs?
Force me? No.
Wait, so you took these drugs willingly?
Of course. Doesn't everyone?
No, Cassie. Some people are forced to take them against their will.
Oh. Well, I'm the victim. Can't you see I'm the victim here?
We just want to quiet all the skeptics out there. Like, for instance, you were with Diddy since, what do I have here, 2006? So that means that you would have seen everything that happened with Justin Bieber and countless other victims. Why didn't you speak out? Are they not victims too?
Well,
What's this?
wait.
Cassie, these are the flight logs. It says here you've been to every island over 5 times. Would you like to explain? Maybe help out some of the other victims? Cassie, we need you to answer these questions, Cassie. Please, help us feel sorry for you.
Jane recounted so much horror, so much that this is my third video today about his ex-girlfriend's testimony. Watch those to be caught up. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and your #1 source for everything Diddy drama. We are wrapping up this week in the federal trial against the disgraced music mogul, where he is facing charges of trafficking, racketeering, and prostitution. Pimpin'. Let us resume where we left off earlier with his ex, Jane, testifying. Jane earlier today shared that she would always be high during these hotel nights with Diddy, but she did not want the escorts to use drugs. Quote, "I didn't know how they would be on my body. I didn't want them to be out of control while they were with me." She didn't even want to be with the escorts. That was him, all him. Jane testified that sometimes these entertainers were well-known stars of adult films. Diddy is definitely not straight, for sure. Watch the video I posted just before this one about the spooge, the male love juice. Jane testified also today that Diddy would have her ask these male porn stars for X to the rated photos of them. On many occasions, Jane said, Diddy asked her to have these two porn stars they would frequently hire, Sly and Antoine, send them pictures of their genitals. He wanted me to ask for nudes, Jane told the jury. He would say, get them to send you something or FaceTime them, and so they would. Then some of these images were submitted into evidence. The jury saw them, but not the press. Why does Diddy want pictures of these guys' junk? Why does he even want nude photos of them? Gay-ish, pretty gay. A lot gay, right? Jane said that she would often initiate contact herself with these men on IG. Then she would open up the conversation to getting freaky. Jane revealed that the frequency of their hotel nights, aka freak-offs, became much less after the authorities began investigating him. But they still continued, just less. And she says that in 2024, the freak-offs were no longer at hotels, so they weren't hotel nights. They were just at his home in Miami. And the last freak-off she had with him was in August of 2024. Jane said that she never saw any of these entertainers without Diddy there. Jane recounted an incident during a hotel night in 2021 where she was repulsed by one of the men. He was, quote, sweaty, smelly, and didn't look nice. I just remember I was hesitant. This incident happened at the Hermitage Hotel in Los Angeles. That's such a fancy hotel where they were getting ratchet. But Jane said, I tried to make it work. I tried to kind of seduce him with my body and, I don't know, make some sort of attraction happen. But he was so sweaty that she was trying to give Diddy looks to show she wasn't feeling this. Like all of the other times, she was wearing the uniform that he liked of very high stripper heels and lingerie. She repeatedly told Diddy that she did not want to perform oral on this sweaty, nasty guy. So then he had sexy time with Jane and eventually dismissed the man. A similar incident happened in 2023, Jane said, when she was repulsed by a man Diddy invited to a hotel night. She talked to him in a separate room and told Diddy that she was not attracted to him, to which Combs asked, "Are you sure?" Jane said she again tried to make it work before letting Diddy know that she can't do it. Quote, his demeanor was agitated, but he said, okay, all right, adding that another entertainer came after that one left. Bam, bam. I still can't get over the fact that he was having these freak-offs even after the feds raided his home. He was arrested in September of 2024. The raids happened in March of 2024. And after March, multiple freak-offs with Jane. He couldn't stop getting freaky. In an incident very similar to what Cassie testified, Jane told the court today how Diddy once ruined her birthday. Jane said that Diddy brought her to have sex with S-workers on her birthday in 2023, even though she was hoping for alone time with him. Jane said she was not interested in having her birthday be turned into just another hotel night for his fantasies. Jane told the jury she turned into something of a robot. Quote, I would just tune out and kind of get like in a zone. Jane said that Diddy's mood soured when she asked for a condom for the entertainer to use. Afterwards, he took her to another hotel suite where he was loving and gave her cake and flowers. But then Jane said another entertainer, escort, came into the room. When they were finished, Jane said a third man then came. It was, quote, just hours and hours of that. A very unhappy birthday for her. Jane testified that Diddy's assistants would usually book the travel for their entertainers. She recalled paying at least 2 men with cash from what she referred to as his cash drawer in the hotel rooms they used for their freak-offs. Prosecutors played a voice note that Diddy sent to Jane after she complained that he had been posting images on social media with another woman. Rude. But then again, Jane knew they weren't exclusive. She was monogamous, he was not. Diddy was heard saying in the voice note, quote, she asked me if she could work out with me. Last time, you're gonna be effing with me. I'm a human being. I'm not gonna lock me up in a room. I don't have a bunch of guy friends. She came over to work out. I'm not gonna be explaining. I can do whatever the F I want. I've told you one more time you do this, you're effing nuts. Be sad. Go crazy. Whatever the F you're gonna do. I'm effing working out. Okay. Jane said that from 2021 to 2023, their hotel nights would regularly be weekly and maybe sometimes bi-weekly. And much more from Jane and her testimony. I will share that with you in a video coming up soon, so be on the lookout for that. But until then, let's discuss everything we've learned in this video right now in the comments section.
Apprentice, you mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I'd look at what's happening. And I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, he sort of, that relationship busted up from what I read. I don't know. He didn't tell me that, but I'd read some little bit nasty statements in the paper all of a sudden. You know, it's different. You become a much different person when you run for politics and you do what's right. I could do other things, and I'm sure he'd like me, and I'm sure other people would like me, but it wouldn't be as good for our country. As we said, our country's doing really well because of what we're doing. So I can't, it's not a popularity contest. So I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me.
Mr. President.
How was that pussy, though?
I mean, bro, even if it was fire.
Bro, was the pussy good, family? Let's stop the political shit. We was Harlem time, my nigga. You 39th Street on 40th. Was the pussy, how was that pussy, my nigga?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I couldn't get there, bro.
Okay.
Like I got a dude pacing back and forth, beating his joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My peripherals, my spider senses is wilding. You know what I'm saying? And especially when I found out it was Puff. When I found out it was Puff, it got all the way worse because if you grew up in Harlem, if you grew up in that era, I can't validate it, but everybody knows there's rumors, right? There's rumors that he could be, you know, interested in dudes. So the whole time I'm semi-paranoid. Like I wrote in my book, bro, for real. I got a hearing problem.
Right.
And sometimes when he would give her directions, I would hear like something completely different. Like he'll say, yo, I like the position you in, and I'm like, yo, did he just say I wish I could penetrate him? Like, I'm hearing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm hearing, like, yo, hold up, wait, what did he just say?
Well, that's what people can't understand.
Yeah.
You know, we can't be judged by man. God runs this world, you know.
Right. Well, he's done a fantastic job, at least as far as my stuff is concerned. I've done great for the casino business. All 3 of my casinos were rated 4 stars by the Mobile Travel Guide, and they're the only casinos in the United States that are so rated. I built the Taj Mahal, which everyone said that's going to be his downfall. The Taj Mahal, it's over $1 billion building, and it's.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm an enormously successful businessman too. Maybe the greatest of all time. You know, and I'm going to make something good out of it.
Exactly right.
People going to be mesmerized.
Do you have a relationship with Trump ever? Because you know Trump loved the hip hop community at one point. Or hip hop loved him.
He would pop up at events. We respected him as a shrewd businessman. He definitely embodied the hip hop spirit. But God had different plans for him. God wanted to use him in this moment for change. He wanted to use Trump to expose the level of racism that's been hidden.
Now we got to get Trump back in the seat.
Nah, let's keep Kamala in charge.
Nah,
she's gonna do great.
Think so?
Honestly, I don't really give a fuck, but I'm willing to accept it.
You know what? I'm not downplaying her, but right now, I believe the resources, the know-how, the relationships favor Trump.
Yeah, that's cool.
White men like Trump need to be banished. That way of thinking is real dangerous. This man literally threatened the lives of us and our families about going to vote.
You know why Puffy got arrested? Sean Puffy Combs started a political party to overthrow Donald Trump's regime.
I'm blessed that I have the money to start this political party. I'm not gonna make no apologies for how much cake I get. You know, that has empowered me. But I know once I get it, I'm going to fund the revolution. I'm a black nationalist. I'm unapologetically black. I have to take care of the tribe first.
Several years ago, Sean Puffy Combs started a black political party to dissuade black people from voting for former President Donald Trump.
Why have we never had our own black political party? Fuck that. We're doing it now. I don't care if it's just 1,000 of us. It's 1,000 real ones, which it should be millions. It should be every person that's a part of the community. You know, if you can sign up for Instagram, you can sign up for our black party.
And the reason they won't give him no bail. Let's deal with the no bail for a minute. Why do white celebrities always get bail? Why do white celebrities always get bail? How the hell is Sean Puffy Combs a flight risk? Who the hell don't know who Sean Puffy Combs is? Sean Puffy Combs wasn't denied bail because he's a flight risk. How the hell a man that popular, everybody know who Sean Puffy Combs is. He's an icon in the entertainment industry. He's an icon in the entertainment industry. He got children in this country. You think Sean Puffy Combs never wants to see his children again? He wasn't denied bail because he's a flight risk, you idiot. They had to take him down before he went on the campaign trail for Kamala Harris.
If Trump gets elected, I really do believe in my heart there'll be a race war. And that's why this message is not just to black people. You know what I'm saying? This message is to everybody. You know, this man's really trying to turn us against each other.
Sean Puffy Combs was denied bail to make sure he cannot campaign for Kamala Harris.
Will Donald Trump pardon Diddy? I think he will. If Diddy get convicted.
Well, good morning. I can tell you why it's farcical to me is this idea of this mythical creature that can take ketamine and MDA and booze and then have sex for dozens of days on end and hours. That from a pharmacological standpoint, that's not possible. This idea that Cassie waits 10, 12 years to file a lawsuit and writes a book and then doesn't turn it over to a general publishing group, but sends it to Jay-Z's lawyer and says, by the way, we're going to put this out unless you pay us millions of dollars, bespeaks the real motives behind this. And let me just say this. Puff is not a good person. He's a bad woman beater and he's a coward. I know the guy. Everybody I know agrees with that. But this is not a case about domestic violence. And you can talk about trauma bonding and any other psychological terms you want to lay on there. But the idea that Cassie had her own apartment, had her own money, had her own extra boyfriends or anything else does not speak to me as a traditional victim that we would see in a case of spousal abuse where this is ongoing. And I'll tell you this, when the prosecution told everyone that P. Diddy urinated in her mouth, that was shocking. When Daniel Phillip comes on and says, no, actually the person who told me to urinate in her mouth was Cassie. And not only did she tell me that, she gave a tutorial and said, you want to do it slowly to make it last longer. At that point in time, the old adage is you can't win a trial with the first witness, but you can sure lose a trial. That lost me. Because what you're talking about now is an allegation that this, and I'm going to use its Mandingo stereotype of this crazed black man who's being prosecuted by 5 white women who are saying this man's sexual needs are insatiable and they can have sex for hours and hours and never rest and always ejaculate. That's not true from a pharmacological standpoint. That is absurd. If this was in the 60s or 70s in Mississippi, I think people would be irate. Well, good morning. I can tell you why it's far.
This is everybody. Hey, you bugging, I'm out. Hello?
Yo, what you doing, King?
What you mean? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Nah, I'm sleeping.
Oh, my bad. I'm throwing a little party. Thought you might want some cheesecake or something. I mean, everybody gonna be here.
Wait, you said cheesecake?
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'll go.
Hell yeah.
Ain't gonna lie, this mansion big as hell. Hey, yo, Diddy, where you at? Wait, where everybody at? Fucking, I'm finna get a piece of this cheesecake. Hey, yo, Diddy.
Meek, I'm in here. Meek. Meek, I'm in here, come in. Close that door behind you.
Yo, where everybody at?
This is everybody.
Hey, you bugging, I'm out.
You know, we ain't never really party together.
What you mean?
But how you like that cheesecake?
I feel funny. Hey, you do some of this cheat.
You know, I like when you be scraping and scrambling and shit like that. Scrambling and scraping and shit. You know, I like when you be scraping and scrambling and shit. Wake your sexy ass up. Welcome to the Diddy Club, Bad Boys Edition.
I listened to your testimony, and I'm trying to figure out where is the crime that they're prosecuting Diddy for. And I'm wondering, when you had your discussions with prosecutors before they called you, did they explain where they were going? Because I was confused about that when you walked off the stand.
Honestly, that was my personal experience too, being confused. I remember when investigators first approached me in March of 2024. This was before any charges, allegations. I basically told them, "Hey guys, I have nothing for you. I didn't see any violence. I didn't get any cues to her being in distress, and any cues or anything that I mentioned, which I did say there was some wincing and some sighing and stuff. That was in hindsight. If there was never any allegations, I would have never even perceived it as being an issue to even point out. So I'm just as confused as you. I still, to this day, I'm like, I don't know why I testified. I always believed my testimony, if it was any benefit, might have benefited the defense.
Your initial phone call, you said, look, I don't have anything, but clearly they pressed forward. I'm sure you had several meetings, but there was never anything where they said, look, we're going to call you because we think this will connect to something else. Did they ever try to connect the dots for you? Because obviously you told them you were confused right off the bat.
Yeah, I think what the problem was I kept getting passed from investigator to another investigator to ultimately when I was with the attorneys prosecuting. And so obviously they relay notes, but I don't think it was communicated aware, and it was never communicated to me what direction they were going, what from my testimony was valuable that they thought helped the case. Because me and my own evaluation, I just really didn't understand.
I read your testimony, and you're talking about Cassie paying you and Cassie dressing up and kind of prompting you. I kind of had the same feeling you did, which was that's what the defense is arguing, that this was kind of a consensual sexual liaison.
And even if Diddy, and I know you did say at points that Diddy did make some payments, that she would make the initial, I guess, down payment, and then he would pay more when the encounter was over. But you weren't, to be clear, you were never transported, as the indictment is, so you weren't transported across state lines.
This was all in New York, and you live in New York, right?
Exactly. At the time, I lived in Harlem, and all of the encounters happened in New York hotel. So again, like when this stuff started, I was like, look, there's no way I can associate with trafficking. I'm all in the same state.
I thought maybe prosecutors told you something beforehand, because I was so confused when you got off the stand. I didn't realize you shared the confusion.
The only thing I can assume, and this is an assumption because we didn't have the conversation, was I think they wanted to make more significance with the wincing and the sighing and the frustration. But even if I'm being honest, if in the moment I did not associate that stuff with her being in distress to doing anything against her will. And even in hindsight, I understand the allegations, but I would be misrepresenting the situation if I said the situations I was in would translate it. Even in hindsight, I cannot say, oh, those sounds or those wincings or those sighs were her in distress, because it just did not appear to be that way.
Kid Cudi. Hey, yo, you telling me you cheating on me with a fake skater?
Puff, listen, I can explain. Don't flip out.
Can't stop, won't stop, huh, Cassie? Now you gonna date a dude who wears a wedding dress just to go to Starbucks? Ain't no more freak-offs for you.
Puff, please relax. How about I call the Punisher over and rub his man milk all over your chest again?
Hey, yo, check this out. Don't you ever say his name around me unless you got baby oil all over your body, glistening like a disco ball. I'm gonna go have to teach your little boyfriend a lesson.
Stop forcing me to do all these things I want to do.
Don't nobody get to sleep with my girl unless I get to watch.
Okay, but did he say anything about Tupac?
Dang, nice crib, Cuddy. I think you won't mind if I take a look around.
I'm gonna sue him in 10 years when I run out of money.
Oh, hell no, we gotta break up.
I'm gonna have to teach you a little lesson for going behind my back.
What you mean my car on fire?
That's what you get for not drinking any Ciroc. Bad boy, baby.
Don't worry, I'm gonna go talk to him. Day and night. Hey, yo, Puff, what is wrong with you?
Hey, yo, you think I wasn't gonna find out, Playboy?
What?
That you was banging my girl without letting me see.
Gross.
You think that's cool? You let her ride the baloney pony? Let her see that skin steak? But what about Diddy?
What about my car?
I don't know what you talking about.
Puff was on his what they call victory lap, if you will. Just got celebrated from MTV, just got the key to New York City, changed his shit to love, was doing so good, he gave people made publishing back. He was doing everything to change his reputation. But it was one thing that I think the thing that brought him down was Carisha.
What do you mean?
Nigga, hey bro,
Explain.
don't nobody piss your ex bitch off more than you turning up the next bitch. Everything he promised for Cassie, he gave to Carisha. He gave her a show. He gave her a deal. When she's performing, she ain't signed to him. That nigga showing up to her shows like this his artist, like supporting her. And if you Cassie, you looking like, nigga, I spent 13 years with you begging you to give me that. And you giving it to this bitch. And now you making me penny pitch. Now I'm gonna sue your ass. Cause that's what a woman would do. Like, this nigga, dog, you turned up. That's why it's very dangerous. By the way, he did right by Carisha. That's what he's supposed to do. But now Cassie is like, what about me and all the shit I endured? Dog, that's why they got a term called the starter wife. The starter wife always goes through the bullshit first. The starter wife always goes through that. When Puff was in his dark stage, he was with Cassie. Now he's in his love era, he with Carisha. Carisha got a way different experience than Cassie did. Who you think that pissed off more than anybody? The bitch that didn't get...
Happy Cinco de Mayo. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the party. It's Taco Tuesdays and it's Cinco de Mayo, and you are here with Deleon. This is the house of Deleon. Deleon is, to me, the smoothest tequila on the market. You should try it. I happen to own Deleon Tequila. Yes, a young child came up with a dream while I was living in Harlem that I wanted to go to Mexico and own my tequila. So to make a Deleon special for Cinco de Mayo, you must make sure you wash your hands. We need more paper towels. Hands cleanliness is next to godliness. I'm going to make this very simple for you. I drink Reposado, and sometimes I drink Blanco. And I like to keep my drinks simple, ladies and gentlemen, because you may not have a whole lot of things at your disposal at home, but as long as you have some Deleon and some ice, you're all right. See, I like it just a little bit. I like to use like a regular big ice cube, but we don't have those amenities and luxuries right now, so we're going with regular cubes. And look, this is all you have to do. Slice yourself a piece of lime. Tell you this how I drink it. Look, I put the lime in before. You know, it's that simple. Look at that. Look at that. You don't have a lot at the house, but you got a lime, you got a knife. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Then, Reposado. Look at that. You see? Oh, they don't need all this fancy stuff, all the shaking of it, and then there's this and blah, blah, blah. No, you don't need all of that. All you need is some tequila, baby. That's all you need is some tequila, baby. That's all you need is some tequila. That's it. Look, you could do that. Even you could do that. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Cheers. Cheers. From the Deleon family to yours. So good. Happy Cinco de Mayo! Woo! Yeah!
Black Santa been in charge, everything's been going smooth. I just delivered everybody's gifts. When you wake up in the morning, you'll be absolutely happy. And we just got back to headquarters. We got some Deleon tequila. Everybody take a shot. I am so sorry to tell you that Santa is black. And I'm gonna still make sure you keep your job. But you have to know that Santa's black now, okay, baby? Santa, you want some Deleon tequila? Oh, okay. Oh. Little milk and cookies. This is the swimming pool. You like the swimming pool? Usually on Christmas Eve, we listen to Brian McKnight. To me, it's one of the best black, super black, real Negro Christmas albums ever made. So usually I deliver the gifts and I come in here, get a little massage, listen to some Anita Baker, you know, have Mrs. Claus come in here and dance on some heels. I don't live in the North Pole. I live in the Caribbean. We live in a world where everybody ain't getting it. But that don't mean that I should stop you from showing you how to get it. This is Frank. This is my #1 King Elk. We only drink Deleon tequila, the smoothest tequila in the world, owned by a black man. We still have some gifts that have to be delivered. Yeah, this is real. This is a boat. This is really a yacht. When I started coming out the St. Barts, I was renting like the 120s. You know what I'm saying? Then I was leasing the 190s. Then I was buying the 250s. So we on the 325. We scoping it out. New headquarters. And yo, we got the Kermit the Green. This is the Kermit the Green suede in the elevator. The headquarters is 5 floors. You know, the Deleon's starting to kick in. When the Deleon kick in, Mrs. Claus! Mrs. Claus, Daddy is home! Oh, we have a theater on the yacht. And I would like to give congratulations to the Queen, Carisha, Young Miami. Oh, this is a dream come true for me. Turn this up. Let me see if these niggas flirting with each other. Is there any flirtations that's going on? You trying to talk my shorty wop? Nah, nigga. Nah. No. I see it, nigga.
Because I have been to one of your shows.
Yeah. Why would you have run that nigga's shows? Yeah. Why you smiling like that? Tonight is about family. Santa is a black ass man and a black ass woman that works hard. Don't they? Work hard to get those gifts, those sneakers, those shoes. So to all the parents out there, we wish you happy holidays, happy Kwanzaa. Just peace. May you have peace tomorrow, may you have peace tonight. May you feel proud of yourself that you bought your kids that gift and it hurt the pockets. May they be appreciative and they understand it. No matter what, if you don't have a gift, you know what you got. You got the greatest gift of all. You got God.
He got me.
Diddy's former assistant in tears, in pain.
I think my life changed a lot. And I've never really recovered from it.
On the record for the first time about the one time he says Diddy ordered him to prove his allegiance with sex.
It's okay. Take your time.
I remember hearing the words, "Prove your loyalty to me, King."
Phil Pines, who is Diddy's senior executive assistant from 2019 to 2021, revealing to journalist Mara Escampo details of the night he says Sean Combs coerced him into having sex with a woman at an out-of-control sex party.
I saw how angry and upset he could get from the most simplest thing. And I just thought to myself, if I don't do this, I don't know what's gonna happen. This has all been a very psychological, emotional roller coaster for me.
The graphic details were first revealed in this 32-page lawsuit Phil filed on Christmas Eve, but his tell-all in the fall of Diddy is the first time he had spoken publicly about his claims.
Say it, power to the people.
Power to the people. He's a predator. And I mean that in a sexually charged way. I mean that in a manipulation way.
Let's give it up for ourselves.
He has an innate ability to make you feel comfortable and to make you do things for him that you would never do.
And that included procuring items for Diddy's so-called freak-offs.
Freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time.
Alcohol, marijuana, ketamine, baby oil, and Astroglide were very important. Candles, incense. Obviously, there was, male libido supplements, stuff like that.
And in addition to photos of those alleged party favors, Phil revealed voice messages from Diddy himself for what he knew as Wild King nights.
Phil, I need some Cialis. Give me 20 Xanax, please. Hey, Phil, I need a plan B. I need 10 Adderall. And Phil, do we have any more chocolates? Because she's going to need a chocolate in a minute.
It was up to Phil and the team to scramble and put together what Diddy required for these Wild King nights.
Did Phil tell you it was also triggering now to see that?
Phil says that Diddy used so much baby oil during these events that he would often have to go provide him more bottles because he would run out in the middle of the events. And he did say that to this day,
the smell of baby oil is something that, I don't ever want to have to smell again.
This is my soul sister right here.
Phil also provided this home video of Diddy with his chief of staff, Christina Coram, described in one lawsuit as the Ghislaine Maxwell to Sean Combs' Jeffrey Epstein. Phil has texts from Christina describing what Diddy desired for those parties.
did you ever see Diddy engaging in sexual activity?
I wouldn't see him engaging, but I would see him directing. He's usually the one filming, from my experience. You were instructed to scrub these things, delete any photos and videos that might be on these devices. That was my job, is to shield his private life from the public.
Today, Diddy's attorney tells Extra many of these allegations were left unchecked and presented a one-sided, misleading narrative, adding a fair and impartial judicial process exists to find the truth. And Mr. Combs is confident he will prevail in court. Did Phil explain why he's speaking out now?
But he was asked to testify before the grand jury. And I think that's why a lot of people have felt comfortable coming forward now. There is safety in numbers.
I'm hoping my story and my truth can help others get to the light, because it's dark.
The male worker, the Punisher, is supposed to testify against Diddy tomorrow. During Cassie Ventura's testimony, she went through a list of pictures of male workers that she could remember from these freak-offs, and one she called out by the name the Punisher. And we found out today in court he will be testifying against Diddy tomorrow. And I'm very curious to see the backstory because we don't know much surrounding the Punisher's interactions with Diddy and Cassie. I was looking into the Punisher earlier this morning and he's actually a very famous guy. He's a very well-known male entertainer and he was also on VH1 I Love Money. And let me just say, I found his Instagram account and I get why his nickname is the Punisher, and we'll just leave that there. Now today, the feds released more pictures of these male workers that had relations with Cassie and Diddy. The first man's name was Skylar and they hired him from Cowboys for Angels. The second one on this list released by the government was Jonathan Oddie. And I can't help but this man was literally vindicated after all of these years and so many people calling him crazy. The next worker on this list was Ash, who worked for Cowboys for Angels and had freak-offs with Cassie and Diddy in Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and Ibiza. The next male worker was named Brian and he was hired off Craigslist in New York. The next male worker was Greg from Miami. The next one was Jake, who worked in Los Angeles. The next one is Johnny, who is based in Los Angeles and traveled to New York and Miami, and he was booked through an agency called Latin Men. The next one is Jules, and you've heard Cassie talk about him quite a few times in her testimony. And then there's a few that are unidentified in this list, so I'm sure that these are the ones that Cassie said that she couldn't remember. We have another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. And what I find crazy about this is we got these exhibits of all of these male workers that have been identified, but there are still some on this list that we don't see photos of. Danielle Phillips, the very first testimony against Diddy, the male worker, His photograph is not in this list. Also, the male worker who is getting ready to testify tomorrow that Cassie Ventura only remembers by the name The Punisher. But I will tell you, the feds are dropping these exhibits like hotcakes.
Listen, feds ain't really got too many people left. So, what are they gonna do? You can't bring everybody from all the thousands of lawsuits. So you're hinging off everybody off Cassie and her associates to put Diddy away. Come on, man. Got to stop with this. Got to stop with it. The only thing, like I said, Diddy is stupid. If he gets convicted, he gonna go back and be like, damn, I should have put that album out. I should have put on tour. Let her drop a couple singles. Yeah, you should have. You should have. She ain't got no masters, no nothing. Nothing. That's where you fucked up at, Diddy. But as we say, I think what is on what we going on day 17, however they do that shit coming up Monday. So we most definitely will be in the building. Most definitely make sure you tap in, tell everybody. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. This is where the channel you want to get all your Diddy, the Diddy Bop, the Diddy trial. Will Diddy do the Diddy Bop? Will he beat the case? We most definitely gonna be on it. We most definitely gonna let you know any breaking news, whatever go down, what happens in the Diddy case. Make sure you go to my second YouTube channel, S.L.R Sports News TV. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment over there. Make sure you hit that Cash App. Continue to support the channel, share the live. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. You know what to do. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button.